What's up, guys? A couple of years ago, I have made a video about what you should do for your first leather project. In this video, I'm going to make another simple leather coin purse. You're not going to need a lot of tools. It's going to be a simple, minimalistic coin purse. So let's take a look at the pattern first. The length of the pattern is 8 inches and the width is 4 inches with 4 round corners. The leather that I'm going to be using is a piece of 5-ounce vegetable tanned cowhide in original color. Of course, you're going to need some basic tools: cutter, needles, threads. And then you're going to need a set of snaps for the closure. So let's get started with tracing the pattern onto the leather. So once we got the pattern traced on the leather, we'll begin cutting them out. Let's have the cutter sharpened first. You want to do it more carefully around the corners. There we go. If the blade of your cutter is sharp enough, cutting these type of round corners should be very easy. Now that I got this one done, then I'm going to do the other one. Now that both pieces are ready, we're going to pick one of them and have the center cut out according to the pattern. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark each corner of the area that need to be cut. Once we have all the corners marked, we're going to connect them with an awl. you need to be careful with cutting these type of corner, because if you cut it too far, it's not a corner anymore, it's more like a cross. It's gonna tear apart. Usually I'll make use of these hole punch. I'll simply punch a hole in each corner so that every corners are actually rounded instead of a square corner. It prevents the leather from tearing apart. Go. Now we a skiving knife really comes in handy when cutting shapes like these. There we go. Now that we have this area removed, then we're going to work on the edge. Standard edging procedures. Beveling. Applying gum track. And then burnishing. Now we're going to put the pattern back onto the leather and have the area marked where I'm going to use a punch to make a hole for the snap, for the closure. Before we put these two pieces together, we're going to install half of the snap first, because obviously you'll not be able to do it afterward. Now we can finally put these two pieces together. We carefully apply contact cement on the edge of each piece. Then I'm going to use the Dremel to make the edge even. If you are serious about leather crafting, I would say invest on a decent baffler. These one I got it for $40 Canadian. I would say money well spent. I set my wing divider to 4 millimeters apart to mark the stitching line. Then I use a stitching iron with each prong's distance of 6 millimeters to mark the stitching hole. Only punch the stitching holes after they are all marked. After all the stitching holes are made, then we can begin stitching. These are waxed polyester flat threads. They are 2 millimeters wide and they are flat. Usually, the threads needed are 4 times the length of your stitching line. One, two, three, four. They are flat. Then I can do this trick when I do the threading. So the thread wouldn't break loose from the needle while stitching. But what if you are using these type of round sewing threads? How do I make sure that the thread stays with the needle? Here is a little trick that I picked up during my journey of leather crafting. As you can see, I'm applying some wax on the surface of the thread so it will go into the needle's hole a lot more easier. Once the thread goes through the needle, what do? Do I tie a knot? Let's try it. It's not gonna hold. It's definitely gonna break loose. So, what's better than one knot? 2 knots. Is it gonna work? Maybe, but the knot itself is gonna be too big for the stitching hole. So, let's try another way. I'm not even gonna try to describe what I'm about to do in English, because I can't even do it in Cantonese. So I'm just gonna shut up and please pay attention to what I do. There we go. The thread is not going anywhere. It's gonna stay on the needle. I know some of you might already know this for a long time, but I'm doing this for the sake of those who don't, so that I can brag about it. So I'm not going to talk about how I do my stitching. Those of you who want to know about how to do proper stitching, I have another video about exactly how I do my stitching. So I'm going to put a link down below the description. Go check out that video if you want to learn how to stitch. Look at that. See, 4 times of the total stitching length is more than enough. So now it's time to install another snap. There we go. Now we can do the final step, do the edging. See? It's done. How easy it is. It's even easier than this. Let's put some coins in here. See? The coins are not going anywhere. So which one do you like better? This is one of the easiest and most simple thing you can do with leather. If you like these type of tutorial kind of video, let me know in the comments. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching.